Right. Good morning, Ibadan. Good morning, Oyo State. You're on to Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred awesome radio. It is time for another edition of Perspective Unlimited on your family, on your number one family radio. And of course, on Perspective Unlimited this morning, we are going to be looking at different newspapers, 3 to be precise. And then right after that, we will delve into our analysis of the headlines as seen on those papers. And all in the studio, I'm not always alone. I'm going to be with my analyst this morning in person of Mr. Sani Olalikon. Mr. Olalikon Sani, anyone.
Any week,
2 plus 3, 3 plus 2.
5.
Good morning, Mr. Olalikon.
Good morning, Chief.
Yes. So this morning, I'm sure that at least you've bombarded my phone last night with some headlines, and I know that you are ready to go deep into those analysis this morning. So we are going to be looking at the Punch newspaper this morning. We also will be looking at Vanguard, and finally we'll be looking at the Guardian newspaper. Let us start quickly from the front page of the Punch newspaper this morning. The largest caption on the Punch newspaper this morning, talking about the fake agency probe. ICPC team grills embattled DG inside police detention. That story has 3 other writer stories. Adeyemi quizzed for hours. Interrogation continues today. The second writer to that story reps to question Akume. Ribadu Fagbemi Disu, Accountant General today. And finally, the final writer story to that one. Controversial DG gets new lawyer. Atiku tackles Tinubu over phantom agency controversy. Those stories you can find on page 2 of the Punch newspaper this morning. Delayed justice, crowded cells. Now we have a report here that over 80,000 rot in Nigerian prisons. That's on page 3 of the Nigerian of the Punch newspaper this morning. And on page 7, very interesting one. Trump hails Tinubu over anti-terror war. And of course, on page 27, police top list as ICPC uncovers 908 ghost workers. That's a lot of ghosts in Nigeria. Also, on the front page of the Punch newspaper, Dangote resumes Naira petrol sales hike. Petrol sales hikes prices by 140 Naira. That story is on page 21. And on pages 4 and 5, are talking about the crackdown on cultists. Police arrest 3 seize firearms in Lagos. And on page 14, Ondo Speaker gets Sunday deadline to resign or face impeachment. Those are the stories you can find on the front page of the Punch newspaper this morning. And now on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper this beautiful and rainy Thursday morning, the largest caption on Vanguard this morning, Trump vows to stand with Nigeria in anti-terror war. And that has 3 writer stories. Applauds President's resolve to tackle our nation's challenges. U.S. also pledges to nullify jihadist threats in Nigeria, Somalia, Syria, and others. OPHK drone strikes kills over 20 ISWAP fighters. Chief photographer destroys logistic hub in southern Lake Charge. Those stories you can find on page 5 of the Vanguard this morning. Moving on, Dangote refinery resumes petrol loading in Naira at 1,215 per litre. That story is on page 20. And on page 20 still, Zenith Bank wins Africa's Best Bank and retains Nigeria's top banking award. That's a good one. And on page 9, Nigeria drops to 90th in latest global passports ranking. If you own a Nigerian passport, you know where you rank. On page 26, Obi Kwakwanso tickets dead on arrival. That is according to Ganduje. He also says Ganduje lacks Obedient Movement actually said this, that Ganduje lacks credibility to speak for Nigerians. That story, if you're interested, is on page 26 of the Vanguard this morning. Moving on to other stories now. PFIPC scandal. Apologize. Resign now. Atiku battles Tinubu. And the writer story to that, APC replies article says, service-wide votes, not slush funds. That story is on page 8. And on page 13, Igbo governors to fully support Tinubu in 2027, says Uzodinma. That story is on page 13. And on page 9, I am not a criminal. My life is in danger. That is a statement is credited to Achimogo, and that story is on page 9 of the Vanguard this morning. And finally, Fubara declares membership of Wike's Rainbow Coalition. That story is on page 12. And those are the stories you can find on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper this morning. And now on the front page of the Guardian newspaper this morning, the largest caption, INEC helpless as early campaigns flout Electoral Act fairness rule. That story is on page 6. And like every other paper we've looked at this morning, on page 2, Dangote returns to Naira sales, rises export price to ex-depot price to 1,215 Naira. Nigerian solar market hits $2.4 billion as Africa attracts $13.5 billion renewable energy investments. And on page 2, oil nears $100 per barrel as marketers resume petrol loading. Still on the front page of The Guardian this morning, poverty keeping Nigerian prisons congested, says NHRC. And the presidency pegs yearly power investment deficit at $11 billion. That's some business news. You can find that on page 15 of The Guardian this morning. And on page 6, controversies trail 2026 budget amid Palace church allocations delay. That story is on page 6, like I said. And on page 7, talking about the Oshunguba polls, party cites fresh concern over electoral integrity and violence. That story is on page 7. And on page 5, payroll fraud. Police stops list as ICPC uncovers 908 fake workers. That story is on page 5, like I said. And World Day Against Trafficking. NAPTIP says 300,000 trafficked in $64 billion scam. That story is on page 5. And on page 18, Zenith wins Africa Best Bank, retains industry award. Those are the stories you can find on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper this morning. All right, moving into the analysis of those stories we have seen on the front pages of the papers we are looking at this morning, starting with some headlines on the front page of the Punch newspaper this morning. A very captivating one here where Trump hails Tinubu over his anti-terror war. And now, as reported in the Punch newspaper this morning, the presidency on Wednesday, that's yesterday, said the United States President Donald Trump has written personally to President Bola Tinubu to commend what he termed his decisive leadership on behalf of Nigerian people. The U.S. President also confirmed that he deployed U.S. Special Operations Forces, including the Naval SEAL Team 6, to train Nigerian military in the fight against terrorism. According to a statement signed by Tinubu's Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, Trump disclosed in the letter that he had deployed U.S. Special Operation Forces, including the Naval SEAL Team 6, to train and support Nigeria's military in the fight against terrorism. He described the bilateral security partnership as historic. Now, a lot of people respect America and the American government, and it is very hard to see an American president actually praise an African leader. It's not like it doesn't happen, but it is quite rare. And in the face of the insecurity going on in Nigeria, we know that Donald Trump has actually been vocal about, especially what he was trying to term as a religious bias, in the war in terrorism in Nigeria. And we've seen that he has tried to be helpful in a way or two. Now, my question to you is, what is the significance of President Donald Trump actually writing a personal letter to our president, both diplomatically and politically? What does this really mean?
Thank you very much. I should say that since the beginning of our journey in 1960, the only leaders I can remember leading on the hapless of U.S. presidents were Goodluck Jonathan and Sani Abacha. Every other person got it.
Every other person being Obasanjo, Buhari, and Yar'Adua.
Even the likes of Babangida and Co. That's the truth. So there is nothing significant about it. As regards the letter, you should know too of that. Sometime last year, the president of the United States came up with all sorts of gragra. Country of particular concern, Christian genocide, and all that. And I told Nigerians then that it was a ruse, it was a hoax. These guys knew exactly what they wanted to do. They had something in mind. And, expectedly, because in my opinion, he's not that grounded, our president lost focus, and the United States of America got what they wanted. But when things like this happen, you need to look at what is actually fueling the other person. Is it interest for Nigeria? No. Is it interest for Nigerians? No. What's fueling Donald Trump? Interest for himself alone. In America, there is a very, very big and wide divide. There are the Christian evangelicals who primarily fuel the Republican Party, and liberals, the whatever you want to like people. Trump got back into the White House on the back of the evangelicals. The evangelicals, as it suggests, are mainly Christians, and what matters to them is the safety of Christians all over the world. So when Donald Trump said what he said then, he wasn't particularly concerned about Nigerian Christians. He was actually building his own political base in America, using Nigeria as his pawn. Now, he sent a team to Nigeria. They threw bombs on the 25th of December last year, Christmas Day. They didn't kill any terrorist, I can tell you that free of charge. Rather, they bombed innocent people's homes in Kwara. They bombed a particular road in Sokoto. They had no effect whatsoever. But Donald Trump claimed victory simply because he was pandering to his base in America. Subsequently, they came to Nigeria to establish a mini base. They did what they wanted to do. Later on, after accomplishing what they wanted to do without necessarily improving on the lives, on the security of the country, situation, they returned a sizable portion of the number of people they brought to Nigeria, and Donald Trump declared victory. The question I want to ask the average Nigerian is this: be you Christian, be you Muslim, be you pagan, are you safer now than you were in November of last year when all of this drama started?
So I was even going to ask you that.
No, that's the crux of the matter. Let me now put it back to you. Are you safer now in Nigeria as a Nigerian Christian? I know you're a Christian. Are you safer now than you were in November of last year?
Okay, so I was going to ask the same thing. My route hasn't changed. Anyway, I was just going to say, is it a matter of the media? Because it is not like we've not still been hearing about kidnappings and terrorism, but does it seem like it has reduced?
How has it reduced?
Mm.
Just how? We are in the month of July. I know the number of people that have been killed in Plateau and Benny, where you have predominantly Christians.
Mm.
It's no longer in tens, it's in their scores, if not hundreds. And you're saying that, oh, fantastic job. The truth of the matter is that most American people don't really know what's happening in Nigeria.
Mm.
It's what the president tells them that is happening in Nigeria, that they believe to be happening in Nigeria. The president told them there was crisis in Nigeria. Now he's telling them there is no longer crisis in Nigeria simply because he has dealt with it. That, for me, is political calculation on the part of Mr. Trump.
Mm.
I will not subject myself to a situation where someone from thousands of miles away will tell me what I am going through. I know too well that I am not safe. In fact, a lot of people have come out to say, guess what? We are actually in a worse situation. And one of those people is Pastor Adeboye of the Redeemed Church. He said it point blank that Mr. Trump's intervention in Nigeria has not helped, that rather it has worsened our affairs. And that is the truth.
Okay, so talking about that, so you think that, talking about even the Naval SEAL 6 that Trump says were deployed to Nigeria to help, that in itself, can we say it is not going to help Nigeria to counter terrorism in any way, especially in the northern part of the country?
They have come and they have left. How has it helped?
So you don't think maybe the Nigerian, because you know that the Nigerian military will not come and tell you exactly
the Nigerian military, they will even tell you what didn't happen to curry favors. They have told us times without number that, we have killed this particular terrorist, only for the terrorist to appear on TV the following day. Haven't you heard of it before?
Yeah, well, maybe not only in Nigeria, that has happened in some other countries.
I cannot remember any other country that has happened. Maybe you can enlighten me in that regard. The truth of the matter is that the U.S. government started this drama sometime 2 weeks ago. A high-ranking U.S. government official said that, we went to Nigeria and it was a huge success. That we packed a lot of evidence that, in fact, one aircraft couldn't carry everything we gathered. That we had to ferry in another aircraft to come and pack all the evidence that we have against ISIS and all of that. Only for the Nigerian government to wake up for the morning and say, hey, guys, you didn't step your foot on the ground. We actually gave you those things to analyze those things for us. Are you with me, bro? So it's a case of everybody speaking to polish his own ego. Donald Trump is saying whatever he didn't. What he has been saying lately, only that we don't really understand politics in this part of the world. Everything that has come out of his mouth lately isn't for Nigerian consumption. It's not for the consumption of Nigerians. It's not for the Nigerian audience.
Nigerians to understand.
Mm-hmm. He wasn't even talking to us. He was only talking to his people at home, so that they can keep supporting him simply because he is fighting the cause of people who look like them, Christians. When in reality, Allah is not.
So you think even this relationship Nigeria has with America at the moment? Let's talk about
let's
the
be
border
practical.
foreign policies, for example.
Let's be practical here. Donald Trump came as president and he declared Nigeria a country of particular concern.
Concern.
What that means is that there is religious intolerance in that country. That's number one. Number two, he became president and he slashed visa time. Before he became president, once you get a B1, B2 visa to the US, it would exist for at least 5 years. 5 years. He became president and he slashed it to 3 months, single entry. There's a difference between single entry visa and multiple entry visa. If you have a 5-year tourism visa to go to the US, you can go to the US in month 1, come back on month 2. Month 3, you go again. Month 4, you come back. You can go to the US as many times as you want within the 5-year period. Now the visa is going to be valid for just 3 months. And the moment you step your foot on American soil, that visa is no longer valid. If you leave the US and you want to come back again, you apply for a fresh visa. That still stands. So what exactly?
So you are saying that's what I was about to ask. It has nothing to do with Nigerian border foreign policies.
Even worse than that. There is non-immigrant visa, there is immigrant visa. Non-immigrant visa is the one apply for when you just want to go for visiting. 1, 2, 3 weeks max, 6 months to come back to your country. Immigrant visa is safe journey, I'm going, bye-bye. The US has cancelled immigrant visa to Nigerians since Trump returned as president, and that hasn't changed. And you are telling me that for relations between the US and Nigeria have improved? No, they have not improved. They are still where they were. Donald Trump is only saying this so that American Christians can say that, oh, he's doing a fantastic job. Not even within the borders of the US alone, even outside the United States of America. I won't fall for such idiocy.
So basically, your own stance is that letter, that personal letter, is just for politics within the US and
within the US and wait.
So how should Nigerians now take
very
this?
Important here.
Okay.
When you are dealing with the US, you need to have a very long fork because you are dealing with people who can change things for you in a second. I wouldn't be surprised if Donald Trump is cooking something again. Maybe a permanent military base in Nigeria. And he's trying to inflate the ego of the president so that he can know the appropriate time to slide in.
Put that in.
Yes. That is the US for you. I'm not saying they are bad. They are not bad. They are very, very strategic. They are super smart. So if you are dealing with them, your eyes must be peeled. You need to see everything that is happening.
So, Mr. Sani, what you are saying this morning now is that Nigerians have heard this since yesterday, and some people...
It didn't even happen yesterday. It happened on the 6th of July. The letter is the 6th of July.
The report came out yesterday.
But the presidency released it for reasons I cannot understand. If not for politics. Donald Trump is playing politics in America. Tinubu and his group are playing politics in Nigeria. So, the US president has said that we are doing fantastically well. What has changed? Nothing, apart from the letter. What have I got to do with the letter?
So this is not any sign of anything for Nigerians to think that the American government actually is recognizing the fight against terrorism in Nigeria.
If it is a sign of anything, it's a sign of the fact that you need to be extra careful at this particular point in time. You need to profile each and every request that is going to come from the United States government, in fact, for the next 6 months, if not more. Because they know exactly how to do their thing.
All right, you're still on to Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred awesome radio. Perspective Unlimited is the program you are listening to. My name is Kunle Olowu, and in the studio with me is Olalekan Sani. Very soon we are going to go on a commercial break. But before we do that, let's step away from Donald Trump a little bit and talk about some internal issues also as seen and reported.
Internal issues actually mean more to me than whatever is happening between Trump and Tinubu.
Yeah, so I think we should talk about the former vice president and the African Democratic Congress presidential candidate. His name, Atiku Abubakar. He said yesterday that President Bola Tinubu should apologize to Nigerians and resign over the controversy surrounding the Presidential Foreign Investment Promotion Council. And now Atiku said yesterday that the conflicting positions taken by the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation and the Central Bank of Nigeria over the opening of bank accounts linked to the PFIPC had raised questions about the handling of the matter. In a statement issued by the Special Assistant on Public Communication, Frank Shaibu, Atiku said the president should either order an independent investigation into the controversy or take responsibility. Now, this issue of this fake agency has been on for a very long time. We have seen even in the headlines today that the DG was actually being grilled yesterday even in police custody. And we know that for the president to apologize and resign over this controversy.
In all seriousness, I'm not going to fault that claim, that request, because Nigerians do not understand exactly what is happening. I have an idea of what is happening. It's about sharing our commonwealth in strange ways. They have been doing such for a very long time, but this is even the strangest that I've ever seen in my life. What we used to hear was phantom projects, like you award contracts, due contracts, and you fail to execute them. That's one. Number two, inflated projects. But awarding money, allocating money to an agency that doesn't exist, that is novel. This is the first time I'm hearing of such. And it's a big shame. A lot of people have lied to us. The biggest liar at this particular point is the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation. They said that, don't stress yourself. They never had a bank account with the CBN. We told the CBN not to open an account for them and blah, 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 blah. Despite the fact that independent analysis of what's on the ground has proven that the bank doesn't just have an account. It has accounts to the CBN, multiple accounts to the CBN. The CBN came out openly to tell us that, yes, they do have an account, but the account has not been funded. That is immaterial at this particular point in time. We know that you don't fund the entire budget in 6 months. It takes 1 year to fund the budget of that. It takes 1 year, 12 calendar months to fund a particular budget. Should there have been no drama, I can tell you that money would have
entered into the account.
Money would have entered that account, and it would have been filtered away within seconds. And how do you eventually say you want to investigate money into the money allocated to an account that is not even legal? The process is going to be extremely cumbersome. And like I have been saying, this guy was arrested in November of 2025, even briefly. Around the time they were defending budgets and the likes, the guy was not able to go to the Senate to go and defend his budget, and House of Reps, I must say. And somehow, those two bodies approved budget for an agency that nobody came to defend. Someone somewhere must have called to say, guys, forget, made that thing pass. Who is that person?
Who is that person? We'll leave it on that now because we have to go on a quick commercial break. Okay. When we come back, we'll pick it up from where we've stopped. Let us just quickly go pay some bills. You're still on to Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred awesome radio. Perspective Unlimited is a program you're listening to. We want to go on a quick commercial break now. When we come back, Mr. Olalekan Sani will still be here to continue the issue of the scandalous agency as seen in the country today. Do stay tuned.
Hello, Miss Flora. Finally, this holiday is here. But honestly, I don't know what to do with my children.
Why? Aren't you excited that you're on break?
Excited? One talks from morning till evening without control, and the other one can barely introduce himself. I'm worried about both of them.
Now you see the work that we teachers put in. But then, I have a perfect solution for you. Why not enroll them into the Wells Radio Media Academy Summer School 2026?
Media Academy? For children?
Absolutely. They'll learn public speaking, broadcasting, confidence, communication, and so much more. Matter of fact, I'm enrolling too. I want to sharpen my public speaking skills before the new school term.
Really? Then we are definitely coming.
This holiday, turn potential into purpose at Wells Radio Media Academy Summer School 2026 from 12th August to 18th September. Enjoy 6 weeks of practical media training, studio sessions, and mentorship from experienced trainers. Open to senior secondary school students, teachers, parents, and busy professionals. So whether you're building confidence, improving communication, or turning your voice into a career, this is your opportunity. For further inquiries or to register, call or WhatsApp 0814-694-6928, 0814-694-6928. Don't let the holiday go to waste. Enroll today at the Wells Radio Media Academy Summer School 2026.
Welcome to Juniors International School, Ibadan, where academic excellence thrives in an atmosphere of love, care, and safety. With a team of experienced and dedicated educators who inspire young minds in a stimulating environment that nurtures learning, creativity, character, and confidence. Our rich and dynamic curriculum prepares pupils for outstanding success in both local and international examinations, opening doors to limitless opportunities and a bright future anywhere in the world. At Juniors International School, we go beyond academics. We identify and nurture every child's unique potential, raising globally minded leaders guided by strong moral values and godly principles. Join us in shaping tomorrow's leaders today. Admission test into pre-nursery to year 5 holds on Tuesday, 4th August 2026. Venue: Juniors International School, Alafin Avenue, Oluyole Estate, Ibadan. Time: 9 a.m. Admission forms are available online at www.juniorsinternationalschool.com/admissions or at the school premises. Juniors International School, Center of Excellence.
How long will it take you to confirm payment? I have been waiting for the past 1 hour.
I'm so sorry. Our network is slow. I will just run out of data.
Same excuse yesterday. It is unacceptable, please. You better switch to One Data Internet Service.
One Data?
Yes, One Data. One Data is an internet service provider with the best alternative and solution for unlimited speed. One Data provides fast and reliable internet service to organizations, homes, and places of interest in Nigeria. With One Data, you get to enjoy the premium internet service with dedicated unlimited internet speed at all times, 24/7 fantastic customer service and support, and you enjoy a 1-month free subscription when you make payment. Now is the time to say goodbye to downtimes. Sign up with One Data today on 0811 223 2671 or visit www.onedata.ng for more inquiries. One Data, unlimited speed.
Are you hungry for something delicious? Food that feels like home but tastes like pure luxury? Then welcome to Honeydew Restaurant, where every meal is made to make you smile. From our smoky jollof to rich ofada sauce to a variety of delicious soups like egusi, eforiro, and more, paired with your favorite proteins and hot, freshly made swallows, all made for you to enjoy. We also handle bulk orders in liters, fresh and ready whenever you need it. We deliver it to your doorstep. At Honeydew, it's not just the food, it's the feel. With our beautiful ambience, perfect for your romantic dates, family outings, or your quiet, relaxing evening escape. Join us every last Friday of the month at 7 p.m. for karaoke night with Jayola and enjoy music, games, food, drinks, and free mocktails and cocktails as you sing your hearts out. Visit us at Plot 42, Block 8, Alaafi Avenue, beside Wells Radio, Oluyole Estate, Ibadan. For your doorstep delivery or inquiries, call or WhatsApp 0814-691-6635, 0814-691-6635. Honeydew Restaurant, where every meal is made to make you smile.
89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio.
All right, you are welcome back to the second half of Perspective Unlimited on Wells Radio, 89.3 FM, your preferred awesome radio. Before we went on that quick commercial break, we were talking about the scandal rocking the PFIPC, and of course, Mr. Olalekan Sane is here giving us his 2 cents and some insight on some issues as we are discussing about that particular issue. Also, remember that on the second half of Perspective, you can join us in the conversation by calling the studio on the numbers that I'm going to be giving you now. The first number you can call is 091-6893-1000. I'll take that again, 091-6893-1000. You can also call 091-5333-4893. 091-5333-4893. The last number you can call is 0911 3333893. 0911 3333893. Feel free to be a part of the conversation this morning. Now back to Mr. Olalekan. We're talking about how significant do you think are the conflicting positions reported by the Office of the Accountant General and the Central Bank of Nigeria regarding the bank accounts that were opened. You said somebody must be aware.
Yes, of what is happening. That's on one side. On the other side, who has paid in the Office of the Accountant General Federation? They told the whole country a lie, that that particular agency doesn't have an account, when in reality, they have accounts with the CBN. You told such a massive lie, and till this very particular point in time, nobody has been held accountable and responsible for that. It shows clearly that there is zero integrity in this government. Like I have been saying, this particular administration is the epicenter of nonsense. That's by the way. There is a particular issue going on now between Atiku and the APC. Atiku said that there is massive provision for...
let's quickly take this call. Hello, good morning. What is your name? Where are you calling us from?
Ruth calling from Malakia.
Ruth from Malakia, you have the floor.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. As regards the Trump in the President Tinubu, it may acknowledge some progress, but it does not mean the fight against terrorism is over. As long as insecurity continues, the government should focus less on celebrating commendation, but focus on taking stronger action to protect Nigerians. The people are tired of living in fear, for God's sake. It's time to act. Good morning.
Thank you very much, Ruth from Lakia. Okay.
Atiku said that you made a massive provision for the so-called service-wide vote. What service-wide vote means essentially is that a budget within a budget that is not specifically tied to any project, that the president can decide to spend it wherever he wishes.
That's what we call miscellaneous when we are...
God bless you. But the point is that the provision for such in 2025 was just 638 billion. 638 billion. The budget before the election, which is the 2026 budget, it flew from 638 billion to 12.8 trillion, almost 20 folds of what it was. And Atiku screamed that it's not making sense. This appears to me that, to him, that the government is looking for money for election because there is no justification for that. And Felix Morka, someone who, in my opinion, is not of very serious standing, the APC publicity secretary, said that, Atiku shouldn't be concerned, that it's okay, it's normal to have such a budget. And I was like, normal in what sense? In what way? In what sense? And the guy said, it's money kept aside to augment little things that may pop up at any point in time without recourse to without saying you have to go back to the National Assembly. And I like what the Atiku team said, what Atiku said yesterday. He said, wait, what exactly is the budget for security in this year? 6.something trillion. Defense, 6.something trillion. Infrastructure, 3.4. Healthcare, 2.48. Education, 2.4. These are very key issues, four key issues. If you total the amount of money earmarked for these four, all four carry just 1 trillion naira above the money for service-wide vote. So what exactly are you topping? If it's money for top up, like okay, we have plus or three minus, room for error, plus or three, plus or minus three. If it's just 3% of the total population, we will say okay, total budget, we will say okay, it's fine, it's okay. I don't have much against that, but it's not 3%. It's over 20% of the budget. It's over 20% of the budget. Money for recurrent paying salaries, allowances, and all of that, 6 trillion for this year. We're talking about money that is more than times 2 of the money you want to use to pay salary of all Nigerian workers. It's not making sense. And since Atiku said that, this money is just 1 trillion naira short of the total package involved in 4 key sectors: infrastructure, education, healthcare, and defense. Since that time, I've not heard anything from the APC, and the presidency has not even said anything. It's the APC that is, screaming nonsense as far as I'm concerned. I want them to talk. What do you have to say? What exactly do you want to say? 12.8 trillion service-wide vote, 13.8 trillion total allocation for these 4 sectors. It's not making sense. As far as I'm concerned, it's money for party arrangement. And I want Nigerians to scream out. I like what Atiku is doing. He's doing the Lord's work. We should scream out as well. One person cannot fight the fight of 250 million people. We should all ask questions. Why exactly did it jump from 638 billion to 12.8 trillion in just 1 calendar year? It's not making sense.
All right, so Atiku is actually screaming a lot these days, and of course, what the analysis you just give now is actually not even that of the what we're talking about. It's talking about the PFIP. That's another really issue entirely, but still under the same umbrella of what's
corruption
going on in this country.
Corruption.
And now that brings us to another story. We said the police is our friend, and we should be very concerned about anything that is happening to the police in Nigeria and even in our individual states. Now we have this report here because it seems like ICPC are very busy these days as well. The headlines are Police Top List as ICPC uncovers 908 ghost workers. So the reports, according to Punch newspaper, says the Independent Corrupt Practice and Other Related Offences Commission has identified the Nigerian police force and 5 federal ministries and agencies as having the highest number of suspected fake workers uncovered during its payroll verification exercise. The ICPC chairman, Musa Damwaliu, SAN, disclosed the findings while speaking on the Commission's investigation into payroll fraud across federal government institutions, according to the BBC Pidgin report that was reported yesterday. The Commission said it discovered suspected 908 ghost workers in at least 50 ministries, departments, and agencies, recovering about 942 million naira allegedly paid as fraudulent salaries. According to the ICPC, ghost workers are fictitious names and inserted into government payrolls to receive salaries fraudulently. It's very unfortunate that we've just been talking about fraud, and it seems like there's no end in sight to that. Now, how significant is the ICPC's discovery of 908 suspected ghost workers across federal ministries and departments and agencies in the country? Do we blame the presidency for this again, or is this now eating deep into even Nigerians, the mindset of Nigerians in itself?
There is nothing on the ground to suggest that we can blame the presidency for this. I'm not sure for PFIPC. You cannot exonerate the presidency. But as regards what's happening right now, there is nothing that is on the ground to suggest that the presidency is involved. But the presidency is missing something. The ICPC is also missing something. The Ministry of Justice is missing something. The EFCC is missing something. And as guilty as they may appear, the police themselves, they are missing something. What is that? Prosecution. You have told us point blank that some people somewhere did something evil against the country. Now you have declared them, you have labeled them as ghost workers. What that means is that people who are not supposed to be on the payroll are on the payroll and they are collecting money for doing nothing. Guess what? Most of them are victims. From what we saw in the past. It was a case of, give me your name, I'll include your name in the payroll. Money comes every month. You take this percentage, you send this percentage to me. As far as I'm concerned, they are both involved. They are both guilty, and at the same time, they are victims because they are not the ones collecting all the money, and it was someone who introduced
Put them up to it.
So the point is this: who exactly is the person that signed the so-called appointment letter for that person? If there is no way you would know the person, because I understand the process when you go to the IPPIS office. They are actually going to scan your appointment letter.
Let's quickly take this call. Hello, good morning. What is your name? Where are you calling us from?
This is Adenike from
Adenike from Muslim. You have the floor.
Yes. Concerning US, that if President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for anti-terrorism in Nigeria, just take a look at it. Nigerian government, to me, they can go to any length to lie and deceive the people. So, Mr. President should please confirm this news for us. They should confirm it for us, because as of now, we all know what is going on in the country. Just take a look at the adoption. The people that are kidnapping, but they are still in captivity. So in this Kwara State too, they are kidnapping up and down. So how come they are now commending him for anti-terrorism? So the president himself should confirm this, if to this, because this administration, to me, they and lies, they are just like 5 and 6. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much for your contribution.
You already know who signed that fake paper. Why not go after that person?
Now,
if you go after that person, it wouldn't be as if, you have caught the people who did the last bad job and you have sent them home. If that's the bus stop you are stopping, people are already thinking about how to bring in more ghost workers since there is no penalty. The biggest penalty is that you lose such illicit funds. So you still be there to recruit more. But if you prosecute those who brought them in, trust me, others are going to learn from their mistake and downfall, and they won't repeat it. And should anybody repeat it, let the punishment even be harsher than the first one. That is how to reset the country.
So what I even want to say now is that we know that previously, there has been reforms, and reforms, I mean, in trying to reduce the incidence of ghost workers in the country, because it's not the first time we are hearing about it. I remember that such reforms actually introduced the Integrated Personal and Payroll Information System. That's the IPPIS. Now, with these reforms, how is it that we are still continuing to see ghost workers in the country, despite these reforms?
No matter how brilliant an idea is, there is always an Achilles heel for it. There is always a loophole. There is always a loophole. And you and I cannot upload people's data on a PPS platform. It must be a web of collaboration. There is going to be someone maybe in the office of the head of service who has access to all the agencies. There must be someone within the IPPIS who is in all of this, who is helping them, upload such data on the platform. Until you rat out ring, that criminal circle, and you will not get out of this mess. So for me, let's start from who authorized that paper. And there is nothing like I'm not aware. Because wait, I'm coming somewhere, sir. Before anybody can go and be onboarded on the IPPIS platform, a letter must come from the head of admin of that particular agency. And upon onboarding, the IPPIS will notify that agency that this particular person has been onboarded. So don't tell me you didn't know. Don't tell me that someone forged your signature and stuff like that.
Yeah, so in the vein of what you're talking about, so does it mean that the heads of these ministries, departments, and agencies might be involved? Or can they be the ones who should actually be at alert and ensure that such doesn't happen?
Like I just told you, it's more of connivance to me.
So they must be aware of something.
They cannot but be aware, because before you go to the IPPIS, you must carry a letter. Let's even agree the letter was forged. Upon onboarding, the IPPIS will notify the agency, department, or ministry, as the case may be, that this particular person has been onboarded. If you did not give that person a letter to go to the IPPIS, you would have known at that particular point that this is fraud. If you fail to raise an alarm, then it means that you are involved. So whoever was head of admin at the time these people were onboarded, as far as I'm concerned, are all guilty until they can prove themselves that they are not guilty.
Okay, so now does this latest discovery, does this suggest that corruption remains deeply, deep rooted in the Nigerian public sector?
Which kind of question you ask?
No. I want to.
In a country where over 20% of the national budget is termed as service-wise vote. In a country,
I'm only asking.
What I am saying is that corruption is more violent as a Nigerian than you.
Sorry, I'm. Well, okay. That being said, so what is the way to go now? Because we are running out of time.
I just said something now.
Yeah.
The reason why corruption keeps getting more entrenched in the country is that there is no penalty for bad behavior. Imagine having people who have just 6 months to leave the service being prosecuted for something like this and being summarily dismissed. People who still have 10 years ago, oh my God.
But we've seen some people get dismissed. Tell me back in the days we've heard of Tafa.
That's back in the days.
Yeah, even from then till we've heard of Tafa, we've heard of people resign.
I'm talking about what is happening right now. And the last 10 years, have you seen such? That's the point. That is why Nigerians keep saying that, it was better yesterday than today. If we do not arrest this thrift, trust me, Nigeria may be competing with Somalia in years to come, not even decades to come, years to come, for the worst governed space in Africa.
Wow. Okay, so we are totally out of time this morning. I wish we had more time to discuss more of those stories as seen on the front pages of our newspaper this morning. But this is where we have to draw the curtains this morning. But of course, you can join us again tomorrow at the same time, the same dial, the same station, on another edition of Perspective Unlimited. I would like to say a big thank you to everybody who has been a part of this show, particularly our analyst, Mr. Olale Konsani. Thank you very much for this morning again.
It is always an honor to be here.
Yes, tomorrow morning again we'll be here, same seats, same time, doing justice to the headlines as seen. I would like to say a big thank you to everybody. Join us again tomorrow, the same time, the same station on Perspective Unlimited. We are going to be giving space now for the sports people to come and give us some sports analysis. And I would like to urge you all to stay tuned to Wells Radio 89.3 FM. Good morning and God bless you.
Listen to this important information. The views expressed by the interviewee in this program are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views or opinions of Wells Radio 89.3 FM or its affiliated entities. Wells Radio 89.3 FM is committed to providing a platform for diverse perspectives and opinions, and the views expressed by guests on our programs are their personal viewpoints. Wells Radio 89.3 FM does not endorse or take responsibility for the content or opinions expressed by individual interviewees and callers. Thank you.